Oh, this will be a great wrestling podcast, and you can believe in that.
I knew he was going to do it. I knew.
This is OT3.
Prepare for launch. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OT3 episode 40. And we're here tonight for one thing, and that's OT3 Mania. It's WrestleMania weekend this weekend, and it's really right here. We're right there. Finally, what we've been waiting for. It's about to happen. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the people that I'm always here with every week. My awesome co-host and producer, Paul. Paul, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, man. Hope everybody's doing well out there in the video land.
Yep, feeling much better from last week, I'm guessing.
I am, yeah. Today was a little weird, but yeah, I am feeling better.
Excellent, excellent. And, of course, my awesome co-host, he pays me to say that, Matt, how you doing?
Cha-ching!
I'm not the good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. And this podcast is my yard. It's no one else's yard. And you can believe in that because I am the big dog here.
Paul, cut this guy. He's done. This is his yard.
That's good stuff. What is that? Whose shirt is that? Empire? Oh, Roman. Gotcha.
Spirit.
Gets harder and harder every week with these things that you come up with.
Don't be mad because my empire rises from ashes.
What empire? Are you Roman? What empire?
We got to put a side-by-side
Don't be mad because
picture
he's
up.
the big dog in the house.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about things that matter and people that earn their right.
Old man Taker needs a move.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the people that have earned their way into the Hall of Fame. Most very deserving class, I think, this year. Some people I think that maybe missed out again that still are coming up on an opportunity. But soon, hopefully, they'll be in the Hall of Fame as well. But let's start off with the Hall of Fame class. Let's just really talk about it really quick. You got Diamond Dallas Page is going to be inducted by Eric Bischoff. I'm very much looking forward to that. I know you are as well. The Diamond Cutter. And then Eric Bischoff will make his return to WWE TV 2 at the Hall of Fame for the first time in a while. So that'll be cool to see both of them Friday night at the Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Express, a tag team that really you haven't heard about in WWE in a long time. They were mostly out on the indies doing things. But they're going to have Jim Cornette induct them, another guy that you haven't seen in WWE in a while that's going to finally make his return. So it just seems like a lot of guys are, Paul, I don't know if you ever got a chance to see the Hall of Fame ever before when they do the actual ceremony, but it's really one of the coolest nights because you see so much of not only the guys that are wrestling currently now, but a lot of the old school guys that were wrestling, in the 70s, the 80s, and they're there, dressed in these nice suits and tuxedos. And, they're there to celebrate, the rest, their peers finally getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's really cool. I don't know if you, Paul, I never got a chance to watch them. I've seen them now. Obviously, they're way past their prime, the Rock and Roll Express. Do you remember them, though, when you were younger? Were they a big thing, tag team-wise?
Yeah, I think so. I do remember them. So, yeah, I think that I saw them enough to where, they're kind of stuck in my brain. That's awesome.
They just competed in a match not too long ago.
That's what I'm saying, but they're not past their prime now.
They should have won that match.
The tag team Apocalypto.
So when is the Hall of Fame? Are they
the Hall of Fame will be
Friday. Are they airing it?
Friday night. On the WWE Network, it's on, yeah. They'll air it from start to finish. USA usually airs part of it. They don't air the whole thing, but it'll be days after. But the whole thing live will be Friday night, and they'll play the whole thing in its entirety, even if it goes over the 3 hours that it's supposed to be.
Gotcha. How many people are supposed to be inducted?
1, 2, 3. They got 6 inductees, and then the 7th one is the Warrior Award, so 7 inductees, and then they do Legacy Awards, which are but those don't get a full ceremony thing there. They just kind of say who's Legacy Award, who is inducted into the Hall of Fame. But so you have those two. Then this year's female inductee is Beth Phoenix, and she's going to be inducted by her best friend Natalia. Teddy Long is going to be inducted by the APA. Rick Rude, who I know I've said it every week that we've mentioned it, I think is way overdue. Finally, is going to be inducted by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The Warrior Award this year is going to go to Eric LeGrand, the former Rutgers football player that was tragically paralyzed from the neck down and still is a motivational speaker now, and he definitely displays what the Warriors stood for, so it's fantastic to see him being inducted. And, of course, the headliner this year, the man, Kurt Angle, will be inducted by John Cena. So the Hall of Fame class this year, I'm actually very much looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing Kurt Angle back in the WWE after so long. But a lot of these guys, like we said, Bischoff, Cornette, you haven't seen them, Rock and Roll Express, you haven't seen them even align with WWE, even in this template, in a long, long time. So it's going to be a great night on Friday night. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a very deserving class. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Kurt Angle has to say, and to be inducted by John Cena, the greatest wrestler of this generation. It's a really great thing. So
Sure about that?
I'm looking forward to it, which brings me to this segue. Before we get into NXT and we get into WrestleMania, we're going to talk about our first round results that are officially done. Are they done now or not officially yet?
They're pretty much done. There's nothing
pretty
else
much
that can
done.
happen.
So the first round of the bracket results are in. We're going to talk about it. Matt's got it there. Before we even say it, I got to just preface this comment here. I understand you guys love Jeff Hardy and everyone wants to hate John Cena, but how dare you not vote John Cena to win in the first round match in a number 1 versus 16 against Jeff Hardy? We're saying the greatest of all time, and you guys are voting based off of your personal preference, not based off of the actual, what's forward here. And the fact that John Cena is eliminated in the first round in a 1 versus 16 matchup, don't get me wrong, Jeff Hardy's awesome, but John Cena might arguably be the greatest WWE superstar of all time, and now he's eliminated in the first round. So, congratulations.
So,
America, you got it wrong. Well, I guess it's not just America; it's everybody else who's watching, but the world, I guess. Yeah.
And this is not sour grapes. I just having a little fun with you guys. But hey, the fans voted, and that's the way it is.
We all love Brother Nero.
So we're gonna give it to. Go ahead, Matt. Tell him.
So
obviously, we know John.
For the
lost.
2000s, Jeff Hardy pulled off the biggest upset ever in March Madness history, beating the number 1 seed John Cena. Eddie Guerrero pulled off the 9/8 upset, beating Daniel Bryan. Y2J smoked Batista in the 5 versus 12. Randy Orton beat Rey Mysterio. CM Punk outlasted another Paul Heyman guy and Brock Lesnar. Kurt Angle came on top against the Big Show. Goldberg beat Edge in the Battle of the Spears.
Wow.
And Triple H beat Kane. So the matchups for the 2000 and round 2 are going to be Hardy versus Eddie. Y2J versus Randy Orton. Probably the best matchup we have. Oh, I have to take that back. CM Punk versus Kurt Angle. And then we have Goldberg against Triple H. So let's move to the 1990s bracket where Hogan came out on top against Piper. The number 1 seed over there got it done. Bruno, I can't say his last name.
Bruno Sammartino
beat Andre the Giant at 9/8. Flair came on top against Dusty Rhodes. Stone Cold beat Bob Backlund. Sorry. Taker beat Randy Savage. HBK beat Ultimate Warrior. Sting came on top against Bret the Hitman Hart.
Wow. Those are some...
And The Rock beat Ricky Steamboat. So the matchup for the 1990s in round 2, we have Bruno against Hogan.
1990s and previous.
Wait, hold on. So I mean, Anthony, how do you feel about those results?
Listen, man. Like I said, the whole John Cena thing to me, I don't necessarily listen. I think Jeff Hardy's phenomenal. I do. I think he's a great talent. But it just shows you that still to this day, people will just vote against John Cena just because they don't like him.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong. I think Jeff Hardy's very deserving, but. It's just, I don't know. I think, like, after the I remember the past shows we've had, Paul, with the Who's the Greatest of All Time, and we've talked about it, and we've said John Cena. Now John Cena gets eliminated in the first round, so it's like,
gotcha.
like almost like, they're just letting us know, but like, you guys are wrong. It's not John Cena.
Right.
James just said Hardy told Cena to cash me outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I need a haircut. Hashtag it.
What's the
Is
new
that on
bracket
YouTube?
then?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
So, but on that side, I'm pretty surprised about some of them. I was surprised about Goldberg beating Edge. I thought Edge would have won that match in the 2000 side. I'm not surprised about Bruno. I know as much as I love Andre the Giant, I think Bruno.
Didn't even finish me doing the mashups. Just cut me off.
Oh, you said Bruno. He said, what did I think about that side of the bracket? Bruno and Andre was a match, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, I'm not cutting you off. I'll let you get back to it.
Matches.
Yeah,
I'm not going to cut you off.
Well, yeah,
Sting and Bret the Hitman Hart. I figured Sting would win, but I thought it'd be a little bit closer than it was. And who was the other one you said? It was
Rock.
Macho Man. I was surprised that he...
Taker.
Yeah, Macho Man lost to Taker, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, so there was a couple of guys, like I said. that I think you would thought they would go to the second round, but there's really when he names these next rounds of matchups, on the one side, on the 2000 side, the second round matchup, the only one I really think that's going to be a clear consensus on who's going to win is the Triple H one. I think that he'll win easily over Goldberg, but other than that, I think it's going to be close.
Hardy
and now I'll let him start with the 90s.
Hogan versus Bruno to be a matchup we all wish could have actually happened.
Yes.
Then we have Flair versus Stone Cold.
Oh, man.
Then we have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
A match we've seen twice at WrestleMania.
And then we have Sting versus Rock. I'm going with Sting with the upset.
Okay. And that's it? That's all of our matchups?
Yep, that's round 2. They will be posted up after the show on Twitter. Be sure to go in there and vote.
Please go in there and vote. Please go in there and vote.
Let the Jeff
and you know what?
Jeff Hardy win.
The best part is I looked at the votes, and like some of them had like 8-9 votes, and some of them had like 10 or 11. John Cena's one had like 17, 18, and I'm like, so now I know people just went on there just to pick Jeff Hardy. Congratulations, though, in these polls. I know they're probably like, they're never going to see this. But
the closest one for round 1 was actually Andre the Giant Bruno, and then the Edge and
Goldberg.
Edge. Daniel Bryan. Well, never mind. Daniel Bryan. I thought Guerrero was a little bit up there, but no.
I think Edge and Goldberg was close, wasn't it?
Yep, it was. It came down to 57 to 43%. Like you said, not many votes. Hopefully we get more people to vote, but something fun that we're doing this year.
Yeah, maybe we'll try and include it on Facebook somehow. We'll see. It's a lot harder with the vote tallying with Facebook because Twitter, you literally do it and it automatically polls it.
It just
and you
gives
can't. No one has to re-vote. It's
Yeah.
not. That's the cool thing. It only lets you vote once, so it's not like you have one person that just wants to vote 10 times for one person.
So now that's done. I think it's time for
let's
OT3 Mania.
OT3, and let's start with Saturday. We talked.
It was like it sounded like a stupid ghost voice.
OT3 Mania 2, just like it's KO Mania 2.
Okay.
So let's talk about NXT TakeOver. We talked about Friday Night's Hall of Fame. We talked about our brackets, and now we're going to talk about Saturday Night TakeOver. 4 matches officially have been announced. We do have a 5th one that there's rumors about, but that's officially. I don't think it's officially on WWE's website or there. It might take place at TakeOver. It might take place on NXT Wednesday, or it might end up just being announced later on. I have a feeling there's going to be at least 1 or 2 matches that will be announced. Maybe that won't even be announced at all prior, but they'll end up taking place because 4 matches on the WrestleMania TakeOver weekend. I think we'll definitely get at least 1 to 2 more matches at some point announced. So, Matt, I'll let you start. Do you want to talk about that match that we think is going to take place that hasn't been announced yet?
Go ahead and say it.
All right. So they're saying the team of Sanity is going to take on the team of, and the team of Sanity includes Sarah Cross, right? Was that what?
Yes.
Is it Cross? Is that right? Was I right? Is that her name?
Is it Cross?
No.
James, you're in the chat. I know you love them.
Double check that. I know. And then they'll take on the team of, which the girl on the other team would be Ruby Riott, partnered with Ty Dillinger, partnered with No Way Jose, partnered with Roderick Strong in a 4-on-4 intergender match. Nikki Cross. What did I call her?
Sarah Cross.
Where did I get Sarah from?
I don't know. Maybe you're thinking about a girl named Sarah.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I was probably thinking of Arrow again.
Who's a Sarah?
That's stuck in my head. So we'll have that take place if that officially gets announced. So we don't know yet, but that'll be cool to see that match. It'll be nice to see Sanity as a whole too competing, including Cross. So it'll be a cool match if they do it, and it at least gives some of these other guys a chance. Like it wouldn't have been. I'm happy that Roderick Strong will be on the card now, and of all of Sanity, to be honest with you. So that's actually a match I think that could be a pretty good one to start off the night. If it does happen, Matt, who are you taking?
Sanity.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sanity wins too. No real,
Hold
not
on.
real much.
I'm gonna go ahead and start putting our predictions down because we never keep a tally on who's right and who's wrong. Just go ahead.
I know that really bothers you, right? You just need to make sure you're right. You need that validation, huh?
I do.
So while Matt does that, the second match of the night we'll talk about. I'll let you pick this one, Matt. Actually, go ahead. Who you got? Who you want to start talk about next?
Let's go with Almas versus Aleister Black.
Aleister Black will make his NXT debut, right?
Yes.
Is it me or anytime someone makes an NXT debut, they end up winning? And Aleister Black was Tommy End before he showed up to NXT, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he's gonna make his. He was in like the Indies. He was like similar to where like a lot of these other guys that have come through NXT now to go to the main roster started. and they get discovered, and then they come here to the WWE. So he'll make his debut on Saturday night at Takeover.
I'm going with Aleister Black.
Yeah, Andre Amos, I think, has really come into his own as a heel these last couple months, and I think it'll be a good match. But I think Aleister Black's winning his debut.
Does it seem like to me with some of these Mexican superstars, they almost seems like they're still trying to find the next Eddie Guerrero, and it's just not panning out for them?
I think they had a really good vision with Del Rio, and it just didn't pan out. I think Del Rio worked better as a heel, while Eddie was a fan favorite even when he was a heel. When he was doing his blind cheat and steal.
Let's face it.
You're never gonna have another Eddie Guerrero.
That whole what was it called? What was that group he was in? I can't think of their stupid name now.
What are you talking about?
The Del Rio was just in before he left. I can't think of the stupid.
I know. The League of Nations.
Yeah,
that did nothing to help him. Yeah, that did nothing to help him.
I'm so happy Kevin Owens had the flu the week they were going to put him in it.
I think Kevin Owens would have helped though. I think that would have been good because he would have been the true mouthpiece of the group. So
maybe still stupid. But, go ahead. All right. So he's taking Aleister?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aleister Black. Like I said, nothing against Amos. I think he's really coming to his own, but I just think it's Aleister Black's night to debut.
James pointed out that Tommy Inn lost to Neville at the UK tournament.
That's right.
He was Tommy Inn there.
So he was Tommy Inn, not Aleister Black. So now he'll make his debut.
This is his NXT debut.
Yes, this is NXT debut.
Yeah, so, next, let's go right to Tag Team's Triple Threat Championship. We have the Authors of Pain.
It's elimination, right?
Yes. We have Authors of Pain versus D.I. White versus the Revival. What do you got?
Who do you think's gonna get eliminated first? How about that?
I think the Revival goes out first.
I think they're gonna eliminate Authors of Pain. I think they're gonna team up to eliminate them.
I got Authors of Pain winning.
I got DIY winning. I got DIY. I think DIY is going to get their titles back.
If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, give us your predictions with us. Maybe we'll have a little competition against you guys. So James, I see Guillermo in the Facebook. Give us your predictions too. All right, Anthony. Ember Moon.
Sorry, I'm responding to a fan in the one of my buddies in the chat.
Ember Moon versus Asuka. Does the streak end? I'm going to go on you first.
Which one? They're both undefeated.
Asuka, does her streak end?
I've gone back and forth, man, on this. I don't know what I want to do with that conversation because is it going to be... She hasn't lost a match since her debut, Asuka, and neither is Ember Moon. Asuka's is a little more along, though, because she's had over... Oh, man, I don't even know how many matches she's at, but is she over 100?
She says she's only a few away from Goldberg, so...
Yeah, she's got to be over 100, I was going to say. So hasn't lost a match in like 100 and something matches.
Wow.
With the rumors of her coming Sunday at WrestleMania, the only way I'd want her to show up at WrestleMania is if she loses. I'm going to pick Asuka to win, though. I don't think they're going to have her lose yet. I think Ember Moon will be the one to beat her, but I don't think it's going to happen yet.
I'm going Ember Moon.
Okay.
So
that was who I wanted to go with, but I just couldn't make the move because it's too much uncertainty with WrestleMania if she's going to show up or not. If there's a confirm that she's showing up, then yes, Ember Moon wins.
All right, so now that brings us to the main event, which I thought was supposed to be a triple threat. Did I read that wrong or something? I thought
no, that was I think that took place on
a title match.
I think wait. I thought the triple threat took place on a. You know what? He might get added, maybe.
I think he's getting added tonight or Wednesday.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure about that now. I remember they did at one point say that. I don't know if they changed it.
All right, for right now, it's going to be Nakamura versus Bobby Roode.
Even if he's in the match, I don't have him winning.
No, I have Roode continuing to win.
I have Roode winning, too. I have Roode retaining no matter what it takes.
Because I think Nakamura shows up either Sunday, and we'll get to that later, but I think he's either going to show up Monday either Sunday or the week, one of the call-ups afterwards.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to go with Roode, too. I agree with you on that.
So that's our NXT. To me, I think last year's was still stronger than this by far.
I think that is going to be I think that match is going to get a little more time. And don't forget, there's still a lot of people. Like if Cassius Ohno doesn't get put in that match, he doesn't have a match. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay don't have a match.
It's true, but from right now, what I'm seeing to last year's NXT Takeover, I think last year. I mean, how can you beat Nakamura versus Zayn, Joe versus Valor? So hard to beat those matches they had.
Yeah, Nakamura versus Zayn was one of the best NXT matches of all time. So I agree with you on that.
It's so hard to beat last year's. Like the thing about Takeover is everything's so good. It's so hard to beat the next one. You know.
That's fair. So before we move from NXT and go right to WrestleMania, let's do it. Star of the night, who you got?
Ember Moon.
Yeah, I agree. Match of the night.
The triple threat tag team match.
That's exactly the one I was going to pick.
All right, well.
We have it pretty spot on. So I agree with you. I think that match might be one of the matches. I might think it might be the match of the weekend. That triple threat tag team match. But I'm going to stick with my predictions on that.
Okay. Before we start talking WrestleMania, can I get one thing real quick about this? We're going to go over the matches.
Getting on your soapbox?
Real quick. What match is supposed to be closing the show? What'd they say? Obviously, we'll get a predictions. I want to talk about just the order of this match. What's supposed to close the show?
Two things have been discussed. Brock versus Goldberg or Roman versus Undertaker. No discussion of Bray Wyatt.
Paul, can you hit that button for both of them? Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble. Winning the Royal Rumble gives you what, Anthony?
The right to main event WrestleMania and the right to choose the champion you would like to face.
These co-main events. No, there's only one true main event, and that should be Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. We'll get into the match, but this really irks me that Randy Orton.
Not to mention that title's more prestigious, and it's been around for how long? The WWE title compared to the Universal title.
A while back. Now let's go back to last year. Who won the Royal Rumble? Triple H, right?
Yeah.
Who got the main event WrestleMania last year?
Triple H and Roman Reigns.
What? The year before that, Roman won the Royal Rumble. Who got the main event WrestleMania?
Roman and Brock.
Huh.
WrestleMania 30, you want to do that too? Who won the Royal Rumble? Batista, who main evented WrestleMania. Batista, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan.
So the past couple of years, the guy who's won the Rumble got to be in the last match. Huh. Some bitch. What do you think? Huh.
Some bitch.
Oh, wait, but this year we're going to say screw it and have Brock Lesnar.
You know why? Because it's not SmackDown. It's SmackDown, too. They can't be seen as a superior show.
Guess
That's
what?
why.
It's a superior show. Raw, you suck. You just fired your only good asset to the show. That's right, I said asset. Mick Foley was better than Stephanie. Didn't he fire her 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, well, good luck with that. When you own the company, I don't really think I think you could
By
kind
the
of
way,
laugh at
real
people.
quick before we get to this, anyone else, like when Sami Zayn came out, you're just like, great, good job having career suicide.
I don't know what they're doing with that poor guy. And we're going to talk about that because we're going to get to that with Sammy.
I'm sure our buddy, I'm not throwing jabs, and when James saw that, he was probably like, no, Sammy, no. James, I know you're in the chat. He always does that. Whenever Sammy comes out, James is always like, don't do it. All right, so let's get into the WrestleMania match. Let's go with the first one. I'm going to start off with Andre the Giant Battle Royal. As of right now, all we know is Big Show, Apollo Crews, Mojo, Kurt Hawkins. A name that's being thrown around right now is Gronk. What do you think about that?
Oh, man.
They're throwing
I'll have to let Curly know. He'll have to check that out.
They're throwing Gronk around.
I saw. Did you see that video of Mojo and Gronk when he was pumping him up?
Wait,
Gronk's
hold
always
on.
wanted to get in the ring.
Hold on for a second. Gronk, as in the football player?
Yep.
Yes, Rob Gronkowski.
Now,
yes.
the reason I think they're dabbing up is obviously they both play football, and I'm sure Gronk recognizes that. What do you think about if Gronk enters this thing?
I think it'd be cool, like last year when Shaq entered. And Gronk has always said he wants to step foot and he wants to be a wrestler. Like that's something he wants to do. So I think I would be pretty cool, to be honest with you, if he does. If he does show up.
Well, he has. It sounds like he has the personality, and he could.
Well,
develop
let's
Yeah,
look
he
at this
definitely
first.
got the
Let's look
personality
at
to do
this.
it.
He
First off,
could develop a character
Gronk
within
is-
it too.
Gronk is 6'6", 265, so he'll
Gronk
go
is no small boy, yeah.
He'll
And he's
go
in good
toe to
shape.
toe with some of these guys.
Now, the thing I have the biggest issue, not biggest issue, I should say, but I'm sure the Patriots will and the NFL as an entire, he's coming off an injury, so if he's gets hurt in this match, the liability is not going to be good.
And I'm so worried that Belichick is going to be like, nope. Mm-mm.
I think it'll be Goodell or the NFL being like no, and like the NFL player union being like no, you're not going to go compete.
Well, we'll see what happens.
because-
So,
yeah, if you never know, it might be one of those things where he just steps foot in the ring and never really makes contact with anybody, just comes down or something, something of that nature.
so we have the four people now. Right now, who are your? I don't want to pick a winner for this because it's so hard to do. Who's your surprise entrance that could come out? I have one in mind right off the bat.
Surprise entrance like that that's not on the roster currently.
Yeah, it's, like last year, Corbin. Who do you think could do it this year?
If we're looking at NXT,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I still think Strowman's winning it, even though he hasn't been announced because they don't really have anything for him yet. If I had to pick someone that's not in the company right now, or it's an NXT, I'll let you go first because I got to think about it. I really don't.
I have two. I have Nakamura or Elias Sampson. So they talked about him being.
Oh God, please don't have that
They
guy in that
talked
match.
about him.
I can't stand that guy.
He's gonna be one of the call-ups. They've already said it.
That guy's awful, man. One of my buddies at work talks about him all the time. He's like, and I agree. The Drifter gimmick will work better on the main roster because they go city to city more often than when they do in NXT. But I just don't like him.
That gimmick sucks.
I just don't like him. Don't like Samson.
I think it's gonna be him or Nakamura.
I feel like Samson is going to be in the match now. That you say, I didn't even think about that. I don't think if he wins, I will shut WrestleMania off.
What if it's the first match?
I don't care. I'm not watching. You guys
No,
can
you
text me
won't.
the results. I don't even want to care. The only thing that's going to make me turn it back on is if the Hardys or something show up.
Ah.
Yeah. So I think Strowman's going to be involved, and guys like Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn don't have a match. So I think they maybe show up in this match. Dolph Ziggler doesn't have a match, so he's going to get put in this match. I think the field in this match is actually going to be quite decent, and I think it'll be good for Strowman to get the victory here. Because it won't be against, it will actually have some, if they just make it to where it's like no one's in it and they put all these guys that haven't been on TV, like a no offense to R-Truth and Goldust or the Shining Stars, but that's what they usually just fill it, with the lower card to the mid card. They need to put some upper mid card talent in there, like Dolph Ziggler, like Sami Zayn, and like Samoa Joe. So this way, when they get in there, it helps, it helps whoever wins the match.
Real quick, James in the chat, you wrote for the NXT, he gave us his predictions. You wrote DIY versus Revival and DIY retains. You do realize DIY doesn't have the championship. Just putting it out there for him. Anyway, I have Big Show winning. I think he'll be the first two-time champion. And this is his last WrestleMania, so.
Well, that's when he said he was facing Shaq. I think that's going to change now that match.
I have Show beating the first.
You think Shaq showing up maybe?
No.
To have another showdown with him?
No. He's already because Shaq is a big pansy and didn't want to wrestle.
Do you think maybe Finn Balor shows up in this match? You think there's no chance he's in this match?
Finn's going to be in something else. After the picture they just shown earlier today, he's going to be in something else.
I know. I figured that. I just wanted to say, and I think that if Samoa Joe and Zayn don't get involved, which is what's kind of worrying me about the Seth Rollins Triple H match, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
So I'm going to go with Big Show, first ever two-time winner.
Final prediction: I'll go Braun Strowman wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Okay.
Wait,
if they officially announce him.
Two-time winner of what?
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. If this is the third one, the first winner was Cesaro. I'm sorry, this is the fourth one. The first winner was Cesaro, then Big Show won, then Baron Corbin won, and now this is the fourth annual Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's move on to let's do another match where we have to guess some people coming in. We'll go with the SmackDown Women's Title match. Where right now all we have is Alexa Bliss. By the way, really sad to hear about her cat.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, 21 years. Sorry.
Oh, wow. 21-year-old cat?
Yeah.
Holy moly, God bless.
So Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Mickie James versus Carmella versus... What, is this supposed to be an over-the-top, or what's this supposed to be?
I think it's just a one fall to the finish. I mean, they didn't say all anything, really.
Okay, whatever. But anyway... They
didn't say elimination, right?
No. Real quick. I guess, who do you have for your surprise entries?
I think Naomi is going to show up. It's in Orlando. I think this is where she'll make her. She'll come back after being injured and having to vacate the title after winning at the Chamber. And I think that they'll also have someone that hasn't been in WWE in a while, and I think that's going to be Kelly Kelly. I think Kelly Kelly will make her re-debut on the SmackDown roster. And I would not be surprised if you get one more person to add to the fold. I've heard names like Eve Torres, Victoria, and Maria all thrown out there. Maybe just for the heck of it, for one last time, Beth Phoenix comes out.
Maybe Lita,
yeah. You know what? I think, is Beth Phoenix pregnant? Obviously, that if she is, that obviously won't take place.
Yes, I believe she is.
Yes, I think her and Edric, so that won't take place. But maybe you have someone else like you said, Lita.
Who's the one that just came back that they said Snuka's daughter?
Oh, Tamina. Yeah,
there we go.
Think about that.
The one who can't wrestle.
She could and don't forget, I mean, unless she's not under contract, Eva Marie is still technically a SmackDown roster.
Too bad they just announced that they're not going to renew it, so I doubt they put her in that match.
Well, they could be throwing you off. But my prediction is if Naomi is back, Naomi will claim the title at WrestleMania in her hometown.
I'm going to surprise you here. I'm going to go with Carmella.
I would love to see Carmella win. Would love to see. Who do you think is going to show up in the match, though, besides those five?
Everything you said. There's no one else I could think of.
You think Kelly?
Yep.
Well, do you agree with Kelly and Naomi, or you think just Kelly or just Naomi?
I agree with everyone you said. I think pretty much you nailed it. Because you said we talked
And how
about
many
this
of them
before.
do you think Asuka will show up? There's been rumors
No,
about that.
no Oscar.
Only if she loses.
Only if she loses.
And then she has to win.
Yep.
I think she should win both matches if she shows up. But I think they should hold it off. But if she's going to show up, she needs to win both matches.
Okay, who are you pick now? Who's your certified pick?
I'm going with if Naomi returns, then I pick Naomi.
Okay,
If Naomi doesn't return,
you got to pick a certified thing for this. You can't.
well,
say
I
if someone
can't pick.
returns.
I can't pick a surprise unless she actually shows up. That's what I'm saying.
So okay, so if she doesn't, I'll let you do that. If she doesn't show
Yeah.
up, then who do you take?
I'm going to choose Naomi. That's my pick. If she shows up, Naomi's winning. If she does not show up, I think Alexa Bliss finds a way to retain.
Okay, I'll put that. That's how I'm going to put it down.
Yeah.
Okay, next match. Let's go with the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match for Raw. We have the Club, Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I guess we'll start with you. Who do you got?
I got the Club retaining.
We're going different.
I know a lot of people want to say Enzo and Cass are going to get the titles finally in Orlando. I don't know. I don't think the Club I think the Club need this WrestleMania moment. They kind of had an up and down year with the way they brought them in. And I think now that they're finally starting to hit their stride with the tag team championships, I think they need to hold it.
I'm going different for you. I'm going with the Club. I'm sorry. I'm going with Enzo and Cass. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's being built to this point for a while that they're finally going to win in Orlando, but I think the Club need to continue, man. I just have a strange feeling about the Club winning on Sunday.
All right, let's go with the other women's match that just was announced today. Will be an elimination match. We have Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha versus Nia Jax. I will go first. I am going with. I'm tired of this damn patty cake game. I'm gonna go with Bayley.
I'm going with Sasha Banks and turning heel in the process. Sasha Banks will have her WrestleMania moment.
Twist.
Okay.
Huh?
So let's go down.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to throw a shocker out there real quick. Charlotte will be the first person eliminated.
Yes, I agree with you.
I think they're going to get her out of the match quickly.
Yep.
And I think they'll go after Nia Jax, and that's when it's going to come down to the two of them, and that's when Sasha will turn on her after winning or something like that.
All right. Next match. Let's go with the cruiserweight match between Neville and Austin Aries. Who do you got?
Neville retains. I think this match is going to be everything a lot of people are expecting and more. I don't think that people really know much about Aries, and I don't think you've seen everything you could see from Neville yet. Neville puts on great matches. Aries put on fantastic matches, before he came here. So these two together should be a heck of a match, and I'm hoping they're giving enough time. But even Neville, what he's wrote, he said stuff like this will be a quick affair. So, it's kind of worrying me that they already know. I know obviously that's just him and his character, but I have a feeling like the writing's on the wall. This match isn't going to be more than 5-10 minutes. So, but I think Neville retains.
I'm going to go with Austin Aries.
Okay.
Let's go with Dean Ambrose versus Byron Corbin Intercontinental title match. I guess I'll go start it off.
Is this a no DQ match or it's just a regular?
I'm just seeing right here singles match. They're not saying
What was
anything.
the point of them doing all of that stuff backstage with the?
Maybe they're going to
forklift?
change. Maybe they're going to
Yeah,
change.
hopefully.
I think this build-up has been great. It's started since Elimination Chamber. I think this is one of the best storylines we've had in a while. Dean Ambrose should have given up the title, though, because I'm pretty sure the 30-day rule's done. But anyway, just forget the point of that. I'm going to go with Corbin finally getting his first singles title, and I think Ambrose needs to drop the title. I'm going with Corbin. They'll help Corbin out more than Ambrose.
There's a reason I'm wearing the Lone Wolf shirt. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with Baron Corbin. Not only is he winning his first singles title, he's winning his first title period in all of WWE. He was never a champion in
He's going to
NXT.
destroy Ambrose.
And I think him and Dean Ambrose, are going to have a great match. And I think Corbin's going to finally get what he needs, and he's going to get that singles run as the champ. And it's just going to build him to this point next year. I think we're going to be talking about Corbin in the main event. One of the co-main events, as they call it now for WrestleMania.
Let's go with the man who just got upset in our bracket. Let's go with John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice.
As much as it hurts me to say who I'm about to pick, I'm picking John Cena and Nikki Bella just because there's rumors that John Cena will propose to Nikki Bella after the match, and with all of what Miz and Maurice have been doing with the Total Bella BS show, as they call it, which have been fantastic promos that they've been doing and the videos that they're making. They keep like alluding to him popping the question. So I think that's what's going to happen. And there's rumors that this could be Nikki Bella's final match. So I'm going to go with John and Nikki.
I'm
And
gonna go
I do think Miz and Maurice would benefit greatly from winning this match, though.
okay. I'm gonna go with Cena.
Okay.
Um, let's go with before we get to the three big. Well, I guess now. No, actually, you know what? Let's go with Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Who do you got?
All right. Again, another match I would like to see Jericho win, but I'm going to go with Owens winning the United States title. It's no secret that Jericho's run this time around with WWE is coming up. So I think he puts over Kevin Owens in the feud, and he gets the United States title at WrestleMania, and Kevin Owens has his WrestleMania moment. You know, Jericho won last year at WrestleMania against AJ, so I think now he pays it back and lets it, he go. You know, he puts someone over at Mania.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Chris Jericho.
Okay. Reasoning? Anything?
I think with this being he only has like a month or so left, I think they're gonna let him keep the title until the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we're up final four. Here we go, buddy. Shane McMahon versus the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles wins his WrestleMania match. He lost his debut last year. I think this match is going to be awesome. I really do. I think Shane, like we've talked about before, takes a lot of bumps compared to a lot of the guys on the roster for being the commissioner and really not having to do it. And I think him and AJ are going to have a great match. And I can't wait to see this match, but I'm picking AJ to get the win. I've loved the build-up. It's been, organically being built for months now to when he was the champion. He felt he was slighted, even all the way back to Survivor Series when he, go as far back there when he thought he was the team captain. Shane was like, I'm the team captain. And, AJ's like, I'm your champion. And there was, dissension built in that match. So this has been being built for a while. And I'm going to say being built for a while is a great way to, create a feud and create, a great match. And SmackDown's done it well, as we're going to talk about in a little bit when we talk about the true main event of WrestleMania with their championship on SmackDown side. They're just doing well with the storytelling, and I think that this match is going to pay off well for both of them. And I'm picking AJ Styles as the victor on Sunday.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you and go with AJ Styles. I think this feud has been tremendous. And you know what? I love Shane McMahon because he does other things that most, if not all, superstars will do and putting his body on the line. We saw it last year, and I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stunt he's going to do this year on AJ. I hope they turn into more of a non-DQ match or maybe a falls count anywhere. I think that's what they need for this type of match. But AJ's going to come out on top, and I think Shane's going to look strong as ever once again. So now, let's move on to Taker versus Roman Reigns. This is one I know you don't agree with. We saw last Monday, Undertaker did not look well. After trying to pick up Strowman, throwing him over the top rope, and then taking the spear, he looks hurt. They've already come out and said he's hurt. I think it's going to be up to Roman. I don't know if you can agree with this. He may have to carry the match, which I can't believe we're both saying this. He's going to have to carry the match for Taker. I got Roman winning. I don't think this is going to be a long match. I think Taker can only do 10 minutes. I'm going to go with Roman.
Fair.
I'm going to go with Roman, and I don't think there'll be any big things. I know they probably want to do something where Roman spears him through the barricade or something. Don't think that can happen. I think this is going to stay in the ring. Now, I do think some people will get involved on Undertaker's behalf. We could see a Shawn Michaels. Maybe he felt disrespected. We could see Kane come out and defend his brother. Could see Strowman again. Hopefully not, because I'm tired of seeing that. But I'm going to go with Roman Reigns in this match.
Wow. Yeah, like we've said, I'm not necessarily happy with the way this match is going down, how it's taking place, but fact of the matter is Roman's going over in this match. Yeah, Roman's going to win this match at WrestleMania. They're saying, like you said, this is Undertaker's last match. I'm worried more so because they're saying, like you said, he's not 100%, and they want Roman to really carry the match. And I think he can. It's not, there's never been an issue in my mind that Roman doesn't have, the ring skill and any of that. It's not that he has the it factor. He has all of that stuff. It's just he can't get over with the fans, and that's going to be the biggest issue with this match, because if he beats The Undertaker as a face, and they're trying to push him as the next John Cena, which is, which could work eventually, the fans are they're gonna face backlash, because if this ends up being The Undertaker's last match, and it doesn't matter that everyone, oh, The Undertaker wants this, that doesn't matter to the fans. I want to see, The Undertaker wants to do this. He wants to put Roman over on his way out, but that doesn't change that the fans feel so strongly about The Undertaker having this match or that match. That's what they want to see. There would be no issue whatsoever if Finn Balor would have returned and he would have faced The Undertaker and beat him. You would hear nothing about it. It would have been like, oh, great, Finn Balor won. And that's fine. But this is what Undertaker had asked. He said, I'm putting over someone on my way out. Roman Reigns is one of the guys he mentioned. He said, I can't do the match. He didn't want. Supposedly, he said, I'm not going to do the match with John. I'm going to do the match with Roman. There's still a chance, they're saying, for next year between John and Undertaker. But as of this moment now, the card's completely shifted from what we were talking about months ago. And the match we are getting is Roman, and we are getting The Undertaker. As you like we talked about on Raw, that spear, it looked like it did bother him a little bit. It looked like it gave him a little bit of an issue, and even after with him and Strowman, it looked like he hurt himself picking him up for the chokeslam. So I'm a little worried of how bad, his health is with his body. They're saying he's having a lot of nagging injuries. So I'm hoping he can at least put on a 10-minute match, if that, just to go out there and show something good and maybe somewhat benefit Roman. But I think a heel turn is ultimately the thing that Roman needs most.
Okay. So let's go to Goldberg.
Real quick, Guillermo's writing in the chat. I just want to acknowledge that since he's talking Taker Reigns. He just said Taker versus Reigns is a joke. Undertaker's 52. 7 minutes with Undertaker doing old school, and Reigns spears him in the air. Reigns went quick. That will have a farewell moment longer than his entrance walks. Oh my God, I hate this 20-minute walk to the ring. Guillermo, Undertaker's to that point, I think, where he is, like you said, it's farewell, couple matches. He doesn't have much left in him. If this might be his final one. So I'm hoping if this is his final one, it's a good quality match for his final one, because like Matt and me talked about, not on here, but in general, the matches that he had with HBK and Triple H really should have been the final matches for him, because that end of an era match with the Hell in a Cell with Michaels as the referee and Triple H going for a second opportunity, it really brought everything full circle for Undertaker's WrestleMania
at the top
career.
Of the entrance, breaking all kind of
Yeah.
things and everything. It almost looked like the Madison Square Gardens, and those two at the top.
Curtain call. Yeah,
it looked like the curtain call at the top, but that should have ended. I think for all three should have been it right there.
Yeah, and like speaking of that real quick, I know we're getting a little off topic, but they said that the match was offered to Shawn Michaels to face AJ Styles this year, but he said if this was 10 years ago, I would have took it. But he said just at this point in my career and life, I can't do it anymore. Yeah, and that's fair.
He's one of the few guys that I'm retired, and he's honoring it.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything. He's not like Flair, who went to TNA and wrestled. He's retired.
Yeah, this is it. He's done.
He's honoring it.
Yep, that's fair.
I think he wanted that match against Undertaker means something. If he comes back, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah. So you're agreeing Roman, though, right?
Yep.
We're both on the Roman. Okay. Do the right thing here we have 2 matches left.
We're going with Lesnar and Goldberg nuts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Brock Lesnar in 1 minute.
Brock Lesnar wins this match. I really don't want to waste much time for this match, to be honest with you. And it's not that I don't like having both of them back.
2 minutes. There we go. Under 2 minutes.
And like I said, let's preface that again. I like to preface my comments because people are like, "Oh wow, they're so bitter." It's not that I'm bitter about this. It's the fact of I like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, but I don't want to see this match again, and especially not for the Universal title. I would have liked to have seen Lesnar and Goldberg in single matches against opposite people.
2 part-timers. And now they're saying Lesnar may have the frickin' belt until next WrestleMania. Go screw yourself, Raw. Go screw. That's why I'm not going to Extreme Rules. You know why? Because it's a Raw pay-per-view. If it was SmackDown, my tickets would have been bought. No, I'm not supporting this. I don't support this. I'm going to be outside Orlando with a sign that says, no match, no match. I have a protest.
So,
join me.
Yeah.
Let's do a march.
There's a chance that that's it. We're marching outside of Mania to protest Monday Night Raw's main event.
Where's that big Universal belt at? Where's it at?
It's in Lake Eola in downtown Orlando.
Take a Raw sign, take a crap on it right in the middle of it.
Oh God, you can't do that.
Dude, this is stupid, man. You have all these talents, and you put these 2 bozos. Lesnar will only defend the belt probably maybe next pay-per-view, and then SummerSlam.
Probably not till SummerSlam, and then Royal Rumble. Survivor Series, Royal Rumble.
You better freaking. That's stupid. What kind of?
I agree with you. We're not going to get too far into it today because we've said it multiple times. Like I said, it's not an issue of I like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. I just don't want to see them in this match for the title, unless it's going to be to where one of them, whoever wins, which is going to be Lesnar, we all know, is going to stay around for 4 to 5 months to defend their title. And then you know what? If he loses the title in 4 months, then let him take his 6 months off and not bring him back.
Who's supposed to beat him now after this? That's just
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be. The plan is for him to face Roman at next year's WrestleMania. Cool. So we're not going to have a champion for a year basically because he'll only make sporadic appearances.
Guess what, Roman? If you want to beat him, just learn how to block a German suplex. 'Cause that's all the damn thing he can do. I could beat Brock Lesnar if I learn how to block that.
Yeah. So Guillermo makes a good point. He said if CM Punk was still around, he would be highly upset about
everything he said is coming true from that pipe bomb. Everything he said.
Yeah. So let's talk about the match that we all want to talk about, the true main event that unfortunately is probably going to end up going on at 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the pay-per-view.
It'll probably be the first one.
If it's the first match, I'm going to have a serious issue with WrestleMania.
It'll be the first match.
I'll be excited to see the match because I'm looking forward to it. But if that takes place first, man, oh man.
They better not put Roman and Taker first, because everyone will turn off the TV after that.
Unbelievable.
All right, so let's talk about this match. Great storyline build up. What can you say about this? Randy Orton been Bray's white little follower for the past 4 or 5 months. Finally turned on him, burned down Sister Abigail's stupid gravesite or wherever the hell it was.
Stupid gravesite. That's nice. That's really anti-Semitism.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He burned her. He already. I mean, what did she have? Ashes. So he burnt the ashes.
He burnt the ashes of Sister Abigail.
He burnt the ashes of the ashes. Whatever. I don't know how you can do that, but anyway. Then he burnt down the shack, and then now look at this. Now we're here. Then Bray Wyatt poured the ashes on himself. Kind of creepy, by the way. And now he's one with Sister Abigail. So. Now here we are. Now we're here. The Viper versus Wyatt, the former. I don't know what do you call it? The Fortin follower, the former follower now against the Master. First off, does anyone from the Wyatt family get involved?
I mean, suppose there's been interviews with Bray, and he said, I made a mistake, and Luke Harper's always welcome back, type thing. So maybe Harper and Rowan finally come back to helping him again. I don't know, man. I like them on their own. So I hope.
I want a one-on-one.
Yeah, I just want it to be a one-on-one match. There's a lot of matches. You know what? We missed that match. I just thought about it. Triple H and Seth Rollins.
We'll talk about that last.
Okay, because it's not official,
That's
even though we know it's going to happen. It's not official. That's why.
Stupid Wikipedia.
So we're going to... I don't want to see that. I really don't. I don't want to see people get involved. I think this match has all the chances to steal the show because the two of them are going to be upset that they're not in the main event of WrestleMania. So I think they're going to want to prove to people that they should have been there. And I think that Bray Wyatt's going to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Well, I'm sorry, the WWE Championship. They changed it again. It's no longer the World Heavyweight. But Bray Wyatt will be the champion after WrestleMania 33 goes off. I would love to see Randy Orton win, though.
I'm going with Randy Orton.
Okay.
The era of RKO will return.
The age of Orton is coming back.
The age of Orton's coming back. I think it's going to be a classic match. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait for this match. So I'm looking forward to it. So should we now go to the match we didn't really talk about?
Yeah, the reason why, like he said, it's not officially on there is because, well, as Matt just did there, Finn Balor and Triple H have been going back and forth on Instagram with him doing the club sign to him as Triple H put up the 2 Sweet, and Balor's having no part of it. And the reason because of this is because officially the match is not official because they're saying Rollins isn't cleared, but he can agree to an unsanctioned match, which is what Triple H challenged him to tonight to answer tonight in Philly on Raw if the match will be official for WrestleMania. And when I say official, I mean that it's announced, not that it's an official match because it'll have to be unsanctioned. Because as they said last week, the doctors at the Performance Center, that they will not clear Seth Rollins for WrestleMania. So it would be on his volition to make that call. I think the match is going to take place. There might be more that we don't know, and this might legitimately be a real thing that Seth Rollins is that hurt again, and he's not going to be ready to go. But I think Seth Rollins will be ready to go at WrestleMania. And I know it's unsanctioned, and that's why it worries me because Joe doesn't have a match, and neither does Zayn, and neither does Balor could return. I think this is where they could all get involved. but I'm picking Seth Rollins to win at WrestleMania 33 after missing last year's WrestleMania injured. I think this is going to be a great match between the two of them, and I think Seth Rollins will get the victory over Triple H. Matt's disagreeing.
I'm going with Triple H, and the words of Lee Corso, I'm going to tell you why. They've been teasing Triple H doing this. Orton's doing that, or no, I'm sorry, Finn Balor's doing that. What's going to happen?
You think Finn's going to turn?
Finn's going to come out. He's going to point at Triple H, and then he's going to turn to Seth Rollins and point at him. Joe and all them gain up on Rollins, and that's it.
I mean, there's been talk that Finn Balor will be the fourth member of that little faction that he's building.
And I'm sorry, James, but Sami Zayn takes part of the beatdown as well.
Yeah, Zayn's going to come. That's what I'm saying. Once Joe gets involved, Zayn's going to get involved, and Zayn's going to stick by Rollins' side there.
Now, here's a kicker for you. Let's say Zayn doesn't get involved, and let's say it's a 4-on-1 beatdown. Do we hear Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta?
You think Roman and Ambrose come out?
Let's say Roman's already had his match. Let's say Dean's already had his match. Do they come down to help their brother?
No.
You don't think so? Not at all?
No, I don't think so. I just don't think they'll do it there because I think if they're going to bring Finn out, they're not going to have the Shield come out there too. They're going to build it up that's a dominant force now, the four of them on Raw.
Fair enough.
So I think that they'll hold it. It would be awesome to see it, and I think that'll be the one way Roman gets cheered Sunday at WrestleMania, but I think they'll hold off on it.
All right, so
your prediction is Triple H, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, now, before we close out the show.
Well, we still got to do star in the match of the night.
Okay, let's do that, then we'll go to the next one. Who's your star?
So
your star?
Star of the night? Oh, man. This is tough for me.
I have mine.
Okay, go ahead, because I'm going between like 2 or 3 people.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Shane McMahon's going to be my star of the night.
Okay.
I think he's going to do something that's going to steal the show. He was a star last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Shane steals the show.
I've gone back and forth on Bray Wyatt and Baron Corbin as my 2 stars, and I'm going to go with Baron Corbin because I think this is where he'll finally cement himself as a legitimate main eventer for the WWE scene.
What's your match tonight?
Man, again, another thing I've gone back and forth. I'm going to go with the match I'm looking most forward to and I've been looking most forward to since WrestleMania was announced. I'm going with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I think that their match is going to be fantastic, and I think they're going to be given the time in order to make it the match of the night. But I also think Aries and Neville is going to be a good one, but I'm going to go with Orton and Wyatt. Again, there's so many matches on this card I think that are going to surprise, but I'm going to go with Orton and Wyatt. That was my first choice, and I'm going to stick with it.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but if they put these guys early, it's going to be very hard to follow up. I'm going to go with Neville and Austin Aries. These cruiserweights for the past couple nights.
I just don't think they're going to have enough time. That's my biggest worry.
Okay, can I give 2? If they have let's say they get.
That's why I said Aries would be my second one.
If they get a 15-minute match, these two will steal the show. If not, then I'm going to go with. I'm going to say Jericho and Owens.
That's going to be a good match, yeah.
Yep.
It is.
There we go.
There's a lot of matches where I think the one-on-one matches where it's like, okay, these are 2 individual phenomenal wrestlers. And the Jericho Owens has had a great, they have great chemistry between the 2 of them. That's another feud. I'll give Raw credit there that they've done a great job on building. So, yeah, I can't wait. There's really no match I think that the only match I'm really not looking forward to. I shouldn't say not looking forward to, but I think Lesnar and Goldberg to me. I mean, if that closes the show, man, it's really just the only reason I'll be happy is I can shut off Raw. I can shut off Mania early. Obviously I'm being, a little
sarcastic,
silly over here, but
all right. So now that we have that done, here's my big question for you. This is the big one. Do we see the Broken Hardys?
Yes, the Usos don't have a match. That's the only title that's not on the line, right?
So you think it'll be the Broken Hardys?
No, I don't think so.
You just said yes.
No, I'm saying that's the only title that's not on the line.
Do they? Okay, then my question is, do they show up?
If they do an open challenge, I think the Hardys show up. Yes, but if they're on the pre-show, no. If they get added to the pre-show, no. But if it's on the main show, if they come out and like for a couple minutes, they're like, we'll challenge anybody, whether you're here or not on the roster, anyone. And if they say in time and space, it's a done deal.
So now here's my second question. You and our friend James talked about this crazy scenario. if WWE would complete the deal for ROH by the end of the week somehow, do we see any of their superstars not only, let's say, maybe enter the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but interfere in any matches?
I told you my ideal scenario would be that the ending, if they do Lesnar and Goldberg, that the ROH locker room just runs down there and dismantles the two strongest people and solidify themselves as WWE, part of WWE now. And then Daniel Bryan says something like, "Hey, I used to be in Ring of Honor." He said, "Now I'm in charge."
What if Daniel Bryan came out and said, "I'm in charge now with these guys"?
Yeah, something like that. And
How?
I've talked
What do you
about
think
that with James.
all right. Is there
That would save that match from watching that match again.
Here's my next question. Does Orlando get put on the Richter scale in terms of an earthquake with the amount of
Oh, geez,
cheer?
man, the place would go nuts.
Do you think you're going to feel it at your house?
Oh, there's gonna be some rumbles here in Orlando, man. I'll tell you if that happens.
Now, okay. That's a crazy idea. It's going around. If they do complete this deal, though, let's go against not with your crazy idea. Do we see some ROH stars at this event?
I think ROH at somewhere, whether it's at Access or if it's on, I think they will show up at some point. But like they've been saying for months, Vince said that there's something at WrestleMania that fans have wanted to see, and that it'll be something you remember forever that'll take place. So what that is, I'm not sure. Could it be that? I don't think the Ring of Honor thing will get done by WrestleMania. It's wishful thinking.
Here's the thing is, we don't know how far into negotiations they are. We don't know
Correct.
a damn thing. Only Vince and the owner of ROH knows who's involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, does The Rock show up?
I think The Rock will be there in some capacity.
Is Rock
Getting physical, I don't think so.
Are we going to have to watch a stupid 30-minute promo of
No.
him shooting pyros off? Okay, thank
No.
you. Okay, I think that does it for our big OT3 Mania 2. I think people want to go watch Raw.
Yeah, Guillermo wrote the Alliance Part 2, question mark. It could be if the ROH deal ends up going through.
I would have no problem with that.
Yeah, I loved that that whole entire time.
Now,
in
it would have been
WWE.
better if those other stupid jackwagons that didn't care about their guaranteed money would have been involved. But hey, money's involved. What do they care?
Yeah, exactly. They gotta sit home for. I mean, and if you could sit home for free and make millions of dollars, I don't really think you'll find someone that really is going to go against that.
I think that kind of killed that.
And they had if they would have came back, I think they would have lost the money too, because then they would have been infringement of their contract by working somewhere else. So they had to wait for their contracts to expire. I think some technicalities there.
Also, real quick before Paul gives his final talk, I will put the brackets out right after the show. I'll go on and do them. So look for them tonight or tomorrow. They will be up for a week, and you can vote on them. So, Paul, it's on you now.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, I had to turn up my mic. Thanks, everybody in the chat room, for watching and listening. It's always fun to interact with everybody in the chat room. So if you're there, go ahead and subscribe to our social medias. We are at OT3 Podcast 1 on Twitter, OT3podcast@gmail.com for those emails you want to send us. And, of course, Facebook.com/Off the Top Turnbuckle. We'll get you to our Facebook page. And that's a great way to stay on top of everything. So just like us, subscribe, give us thumbs up on the video if you can. If you're watching on Facebook, jump over to our YouTube channel. Give us a like and a subscribe as well. That would be extremely helpful for the show. So, like I said, thanks everybody for watching and participating in the chat channel. We'll see you next week for sure. That's all I got.
Yep. SST is still on question mark, depending on what Paul can do. So, may or may not have it. It's not that big of a deal. But, like I said, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Anthony, I'll let you finish it.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Paul. As usual, it's always a pleasure for us to be here with you on Monday night and talk. Obviously, it's a huge wrestling week. Looking very much forward to everything that's going to take place this weekend. And yeah, thanks again for watching episode 40 OT3. We hope you enjoy Raw and SmackDown tonight. Hopefully we'll get some more people added to the Battle Royal. We'll get some more names that we know. Rollins will officially answer the challenge. And just a great week coming up with the Hall of Fame takeover, WrestleMania Access leading up to it. And then, of course, the big event on Sunday night, WrestleMania 33 takes place. Woo-hoo. So, from myself, Matt, and Paul, thanks for watching. Enjoy this weekend. We'll see you next week. And keep updated if you follow the Shipe Sports Talk. We'll let you know if we're going to have a show. If not, we'll be back next week with some big shows. Obviously we're going to recap WrestleMania. So thanks for watching again. And we hope you have a great rest of the night. Enjoy Raw. Have a good one, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. OT3 Mania is done.
See ya.
Go to the big dog.
Good show. All right. See ya.
See ya.